Good morning, students. In this way, I completed two chapters from this book, Moments. Chapter number third, that is Iswaran, the storyteller. This year, this chapter is deleted by CBSE board, so you all need not to study this chapter. And so, I am going to teach you all chapter number four, In the Kingdom of Fools. It is written by A.K. Ramanujam. A.K. Ramanujam. And I already told you all what is the summary of this chapter. In this video I will teach you all according to the paragraph wise. Yeah, you can say I will interpret the meaning of this chapter according to the paragraph wise. So first of all, let me read the first paragraph. In the kingdom of fools, both the king and the minister were idiots. They did not want to run things like other kings, so they decided to change night into day and day into night. They ordered that everyone should be awake at night till their fields and run their businesses only after dark and go to bed as soon as the came up. Anyone who disobeyed would be punished with death. In these lines, we find starting time. In these lines, we find there is a king, there is a kingdom, and the king of that kingdom is stupid, and his ministers are also stupid. So they both. You can say the king decides that he will not to follow the rules and regulations that are followed by his nearby kingdom. So he decides, he consults his ministers to do different thing, to do get a different thing in his kingdom. For this thing, he launches, he issues a decree that if people will sleep in the daytime and they will work at night time. And in this way, he changes the day into night and night into day. And he issues an order: if anyone will disobey his decree or order, he or she will be punished. And he orders also that the farmers will go to their field at the night time, and as soon as the sun comes in the sky, everyone will return to home, and they will sleep. This one is the order that is issued by the kingdom. And he says that if anyone disobeys his order, he will be punished with death. In these lines, we understood what is the meaning of this chapter. Actually, the meaning of this chapter is very easy, and the language is very simple, so you can easily understand when you read the chapter. The next one: the people did as they were told for fear of death. The king and the minister were delighted at the success of their project. In this way, when the king issues an order, everyone is bound to follow the rules and regulation. So they do as the king wants. In the same way, in this way, they are doing the same thing as the king. They are doing the work. They are doing, yeah, they are following the order of the king. And the ministers of the king are very happy because they get success, and their project is successful in their kingdom. And after then, one day Guru and his disciple arrived in the city. It was a beautiful city. It was broad daylight, but there was no one about. Everyone was asleep, not a mouse stirring. In these lines, we find that one day a teacher with his disciple come to the kingdom, come to the kingdom, and they find that it is the fully daytime. It is the fully daytime, but they find that no one is working, no one is outside his or her house. So they are very surprised, and they find this one is the very beautiful city. And and after them, everyone was asleep, not a mouse stirring. Even the cattle had been taught to sleep by day. The two strangers were amazed by what they saw around them, and wandered around town till evening, when suddenly the whole town woke up and went about its nightly business. In this way, they find that city is very beautiful, and even they see, if they find that all the cattle are sleeping in the daytime, even no mouse is running here and there. I mean, everything is sleeping, and so they are surprised that in the daytime everyone sleeping here. What's reason? Even the animals, yeah, cattle of the state, yeah, of the kingdom are taught to sleep in the daytime. So both are very surprised, both are amazed when they see around themselves, na? And in this way they wander and wander throughout the night until evening they wander in the town. And as soon as the sun sets in the sky, they find that the whole city wakes up. The whole city wakes up, and all the market lights up, and they find that everyone start his business, nightly business. In this way, this one is the introductory paragraphs. In this paragraph we find why the king and his ministers decide to change the fundamental changing in his kingdom, because they say that they are not going to follow the rules and regulations that are followed by their name, nearby मैंने पढ़ो से nearby kingdom. So they decide for this thing. I hope you all understood what is the meaning of the first paragraph. Stirring माने mouse stirring माने disturbance, व्यवधान, टहलना. Let me roll down next paragraph. The two men were hungry. Now that the shops were open, they went to buy some groceries. Grocery में किराना का thing, सामान. To their astonishment, they found that everything cost the same. A single duddu, whether they bought a measure of rice or a bunch of bananas, it cost a duddu. In this paragraph, in these lines, we find that throughout the day, the teacher and his disciple wander and walk only in the town, and they throughout the day they do not find anything for eating. So they feel hungry. They are very hungry. They are very hungry. And as soon as the shop opens, as soon as the shop opens, they come to the shop and they want to purchase something. And when they are going to purchase something, they find the cost of everything of that shop. No, the cost of everything of that shop is the same, only one duddu. In one duddu they can purchase anything from the shop. So listening such type of words, guru and you can say teacher and disciple both become very happy, na? Because throughout their life they never listens such type of about such type of market. So they buy food and they eat. In this way, in the second paragraph, we find the cost of that market, the cost, you can say, the cost of anything of that market is very cheap, is very cheap. So they are very happy when they listen such type of statements. And let me read next paragraph. When they had cooked and eaten, the Guru realized that this was a kingdom of fools and it would not be good idea for them to stay there. In the above paragraph, we have studied here, we have scene that both of them go to shop to purchase groceries, some groceries, na, for some groceries, and after purchasing, they are cooking the food. They are cooking, na, they are cooking, and after cooking, they eat. But while doing all these works, the guru understands that this state is ruled by the foolish king, stupid or idiot king, and his ministers. To stay in this state, to stay here, it's not good for them. So there is no place for us, let us go. He said to his disciple, but the disciple did not want to leave the place. Everything was cheap here. All he wanted was good, cheap food, the Guru said. In this way, after thinking and pondering over this event, he thinks that not to stay in this state. He for this, he asks his disciple to leave the state, yeah, to leave the kingdom. So for this, he says to his disciple, "Let us go from here. Let us go away. Let's go away from here." But disciple, it is disciple who is not ready to leave the city, and he responds his teacher that why you are leaving the city. The city is very beautiful, it is very cheap, you can cheap market here, you can purchase anything within a duddu, within a rupee. So why you are leaving the city? It's good to stay, to survive themselves, no? But what happened, the guru said, what guru says, let me roll down. They are all fools. This wouldn't last very long. Wouldn't last very माने बहुत लंबे समय तक नहीं रुकना. And you can't tell what they will do to you next. And Guru understands. This one is the foolish. This one is the king of this town. Yeah, this the king of this kingdom is fool. And anything will happen to them. So in this way, Guru wants to make his disciple understand, but it is disciple who is not ready to understand. Even Guru tells him that anything will happen to him the next. Na? So don't live here. It's a very dangerous place. Na? It's not good to live here. But it is a disciple who is not ready to leave the city because he is very he he is you can say he likes the city, so he does not want to leave the city. In this way, let me read next paragraph. But the disciple wouldn't listen to the guru's wisdom. He wanted to stay. The guru finally gave up and said, "Do what you want. I am going," and left. The disciple stayed on at his field every day, banana, ghee, rice, wheat, and grew fat like a street side sacred bull, sacred man pavit. In this way, ultimately the guru is defeated, and the disciple is not ready to listen the teacher's wisdom, and he says to his teacher that he will not leave the city. Ultimately the guru says to his disciple, what you want you can do, but I am going, it means I am leaving the city. And in this way the teacher leaves the city, and here disciple eats too much overeating. Here disciple eats bananas, wheat, rice, ghee, and everything, and in this way he has been very fat. He has been very fat like a street side sacred bull. He has been very fat man like a street side sacred bull. In this way, this one is a paragraph. In this paragraph, we find the teacher leaves his disciple, and disciple is staying in the city, and he is eating banana, everything. Na? And in this way, he has been very fat man like a street side sacred bull. In this way, this one is over. Let me read next paragraph. One bright day, a thief broke into a rich merchant's house. He had made a hole in the wall and sneaked in. And as he was carrying out his loot, the wall of the old house collapsed um, on his head and killed him on the spot. in these lines we find the main story of this chapter starts from here. In these lines we find the the sky is very clean, the sky is very clear, and there is a thief. There is the thief, he breaks, no? He breaks a rich merchant's house, and in this way he breaks the wall of the merchant's house, and he robs inside the house. And as soon as he is coming out from the hole, through the hole, during that time the wall falls down, walls collapsed on his head, or you can say falls down, his head, yeah, collapsed on his head, and he kills, and he dies on the spot. In this way he is breaking the wall, and when he breaks the wall becomes weak, and when he is coming out through the wall falls down his head, and he dies on the spot. And after that, what happened? His brother ran to the king and complained, "Your Highness, when my brother was pursuing his ancient trade, a wall fell on him and killed him." Ancient trade, it means his grandfather, yeah, uh, his grandfather and his father both were a thief, both were thieves. So they are doing this work for last many years, and in this way, when the thief dies, the brother of thief goes to the court, and he complains the king that his brother dies when he is looting, when he is you can say he is stealing the thing from the merchant's house, and after then, due to falling the wall of the merchant's house, he dies. The merchant is to blame. He, in this way, here merchant is accused, the merchant is alleged, na, for this thing. He should have built a good strong wall. You must punish the wrongdoer and compensate क्षतिपूर्ति the family for this injustice. In this way, the thief's brother goes to the king, and he pleads the king that the merchants is responsible for his brother's death, because merchants got his house built weak, and his house he got his house wall uh, built very weak, so the wall falls down, the falls down on his brother, and he died. In this way, for this crime, merchant is responsible, so merchant should be punished, and his brother, yeah, he should be compensated, yeah, his brother's family should be compensated, then justice will be. In this way I stop here. Okay, thanks.